Alright guys, it's been a while. I have been buying parts, setting stuff aside, sending stuff off. But as a lot of you know or may know, I ended up getting a ZL1 Cradle, diff, axles, everything included besides I think the brakes for $2,000 from Texas. On the right hand side of the car, which I believe would be this side, right here, it was peppered. You can tell, like, well, not really tell now, but beforehand you could tell because it was like rusted out, not rusted out, but surface rust throughout here. And pretty much what that was from was them driving on, like, I guess country roads or just rock roads and being in the shoulder and then peppering the subframe. I was gonna put this in my car and I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, I might as well get it, powder coated. It's a gloss black. It's not gonna probably stay gloss black with it being under the car and I don't know, high finish, if you will. But still kind of currently waiting on bushings. So I'm waiting on bushings that go in here, there, basically every four corner. Bushings for the diff, which the diff is sitting back here. So I split this apart, and I did it off camera, but split this apart, ordered those bushings. The bushings for the cradle itself, for the 4 positions, are supposed to be here tomorrow. And the other ones that I will show you, they go inside of these locations. So pretty much, you got your bushing here, bushing there, and a bushing back here. And once again, one of those things where I was like, I'm gonna replace them. Might as well. A lot of people talk, some crap about them. I want something poly. So I ended up getting polys for all the way around. I didn't do they make a offset setup where it like basically lifts the diff like this kind of. I don't know how to describe it. It lifts the diff and puts the drive shaft a little bit higher. Apparently it's supposed to be better. I don't really know, but I know poly's good, so I went poly. And all of these will be billet aluminum, so they won't be, rubber rubber bushings anymore. So that will come in, or at least those bushings for the diff will come in, I think, on January 16th. Today's the 12th, I believe. So, I got a couple more days. No biggie. But yeah, I've got all these torn down. A lot of the stuff, like these upper A-arms, they're going to get not powder coated, but I'm going to just paint them, clean them up, paint them. And the diff, I might just leave how it is, to be honest with you, or maybe just semi-clean it up. A whole lot of people aren't going to see it, and if they do, they're going to see it from, the ass end of it. So the axles, I might just, scuff up real quick, paint those just to clean them up. But as far as that goes, that's pretty much it. I am going to do a video because I bought this trans jack, so I'm going to have to put the Turbo 400 in. I haven't done any work to the car since, I posted my last video. I've been kind of at a stalemate, if you will. I've been using the lift for my car, all the cars that we have. But I already put a 15-inch conversion on this cradle. This cradle is not really junk, but with the ZL1 diff, I might as well put in one that's not rusty. And pretty much I've got AFCOs on it, 15-inch conversion from BMR, my custom links, and yeah, as far as that goes, that's pretty much it, I didn't do bushings or anything to it, but with that trans jack now, I can take these plates off, and I'm going to put the car up on a lift. Take the subframe, the rear subframe out. The front subframe's a tubular already, so I don't need to do anything with that, but take the rear subframe out, and I'm going to do a whole video on it, but pretty much I'm going to drop it down and out on top of this, turn around, and pretty much strip it of all the stuff that I put on the 15-inch conversion. So everything will get stripped while it's sitting on here. Then once it's stripped, for the most part, I'll probably have to have somebody come over here because I think it'll be like 200 pounds. But grab the cradle, the whole cradle with the old diff and the old axles in it, and turn around, take it off this. And what I have going in my head right now is to pretty much, I don't know if this is like something I shouldn't do. I think it'll be easy, but I guess we'll see. I think I should just take this, put the bushings in, and without anything on it, just cradle alone, put it up inside the car. That way, I don't know if I can do that. I don't think I can actually, now that I think about it. Because of all these bolts, I cannot, now that I think about it. So I guess I got to put it together and put it in. So yeah, I guess I'll just tear down the old one to 15-inch conversion, turn around, and then swap with that diff. The diff will have to go onto the transjack first, and then put the cradle over it, and then kind of, I guess, build everything else around it, which kind of sucks. I wish I would have known that. I didn't even think about it. You might be able to get away with maybe doing just the uppers. So I think that's the only thing for the most part that gets bolted, but I'm not sure. And then for the bolts, Texas car, so they're really not too bad. And I really, because GM will lather these fuckers up in Loctite. So I think I'm going to, and these are all bolts too from the cradle, but I think I'm just going to sandblast these and possibly, because for the most part the threads are all fine. You got like onesies, twosies that are like a little rusty. To me, this is not that bad though. I think I'm going to either take these and lightly paint them, or like sandblast them, lightly paint them. But I think Cerakote would be a cleaner way of doing it, because the cradle is going to be gloss black. And if I sandblast these, I kind of want them to hold together. Cerakote does pretty good, and it's, I guess, a pretty low tolerance, if you will. You can have really thin spots of where you can put things, I guess. Like, they typically use it on guns or whatever, but some places will use it on bolts, and they're salt resistant, which this car will never see salt, but their corrosion resistant is really high compared to normal paint. So I thought about doing Cerakote on those and then seeing how that goes. I'll have to do it out like side or something. I don't think you really need it needs to be clean for the most part, but then again, they're also bolts, and they'll be sandblasted, so I don't think the cleanliness and cleanliness matters, don't get me wrong, but I think that with, them being bolts, they don't have to be perfect, if that makes any sense. They're going to be like, if you got a little dirt somewhere in this area or here, who cares, it's going to be inside the body, or it's going to be inside something where no one, for the most part, besides me, is going to see. But yeah, pretty much I got to strip these. The old rotors have to come off. I'm going to take the shields off, lower arms, and then the e-brake cable. I'm not doing an e-brake. And I have to get some new axle nuts. So yeah, pretty much, I'll have all that stuff, and then I got to figure out, I think I'm going to do a TBM brake setup on this. TBM's pretty close, well, not TBM, but Motion's pretty close to me. So I think you have to just cut. And I hate cutting, to be honest with you, but I want to say it's like cutting this, not eyelet. I don't know, it was something. You have to take a certain cut away and clean it up a little bit. Something about the brakes being too small for the actual spindle itself. But yeah, pretty much I'll have to do new rotors, all that good. So the V6 brakes that I bought, they're right here, they're rebuilt and everything. I will have to turn around and sell. So I'm gonna have to sell those. I bought two brand new rotors with it. I'm not gonna do those. I think you can do those, but I think you have to get the spindle milled down. So I think like, where your brake would typically sit, I think you have to mill like half an inch off of the spindle further into the car, if that makes any sense. And then you can put the brake on then, which I don't really want to do that. I'd rather find, I cut, but I don't want to have to take it to a mill or do all that crazy stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, for the most part, guys, that's it. I'm still waiting on parts. I'm getting stuff in slowly, surely, moving stuff over, blah, blah, blah. And as you can see, the shop's extremely dirty. I still got paint on the floor. I got a power wash. It's cold out. It's 68 in the shop right now. And it's 31 degrees when I drove over here. So, it's still cold out, and I can definitely work in here for sure. But, yeah, I'm waiting on parts and getting things in, servicing truck, car, other car, doing all this stuff. So those are all good now, so this can go up. And as you can see, I created a huge mess with diesel oil and then greasing. So I need to just go through and clean this place up, start rearranging some stuff, because I painted in here and kind of just left things where they were. As you can see, this is covered in paint. So the video will be soon. I bought a new tripod for my phone, because I use my phone more than I do like my GoPro. GoPro sometimes be on my head, but I bought a tripod because I have an issue like, trying to record and work and do the same thing, because I don't really have a person that can come here and shoot for me. So I bought a tripod. It'll be on the way. It'll get here, and then when I go to pull this cradle, I'll do a whole video, and it won't be slowed or trimmed or anything like that. There might be bits and pieces that are like, I spent too much time on a certain piece, so that'll get trimmed down. But for the majority of it, you guys will see me do pretty much everything on that. So we'll do that together. And yeah, as far as that goes, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm sorry I haven't really done any new content recently, but hopefully before too long we'll get back to it. And then yeah, next racing season should be around, and see how that goes. All right, guys, appreciate you. Bye.
I only accept whatever's meant for me. We ain't going half, we going all the way. Stay 10 toes, gotta keep it flaring close. Yeah, that's up, yeah, we know. I've been riding, I've been rolling on this road for a long time. I've been out here getting on my own for a long time. How you supposed to get it in this world if you don't try? If you want the greatness, it's gonna take you a long time. Overnight, don't happen overnight. If we mean success, it takes some grinding oversight. Got about 10 years in it, can't fake that with photo likes. Better not waste no time, young Montana, that world is mine. I got it in my palm, calling young, yeah, young Don. Yes, me, I